bought fine china, by which I mean this thing for like $100. It's still full of octaves, and it's kind of crappy, but it's not as bad as you'd think. Yeah, it's it's okay for what it is. It doesn't look that bad. I'll say there's a problem with my old Ibanez, in that the frets are curved just the right way to get the E string on both sides to fall off. So you gotta press it down and end some. Because otherwise you get that. But for what it's worth, you know, less than $100. It's not bad. It comes with a tremolo bar, and I'll be honest, it is worse than the kind that you get on the Strats, but I think that was to be expected. It doesn't go in very far, so you can't really hit the, what is it? You can't hit the pickups with it to make that wow sound, you know? To make yow sound. You get 24 frets, you can make stupid noises like well, and you do get 2 volume knobs here, but I can only presume that one of them is extremely distorted, because when you turn one of them all the way down, that's fine. Turn it all the way up. Is my override wrong? Okay, that's what's called a bomb right there. So yeah, this is gain on the amplifier, you know. Let's go regular volume on this guitar. Regular sound, but you pull this knob all the way to get. So yeah, you get basically some weird overdrive pedal included. But you turn this one all the way down, doesn't matter how high this one is, you get nothing. So that leads me to believe this one here has nothing to do with volume. See, you have this one all the way up here, which it isn't labeled, by the way. Turn this one on at all. That's what controls the volume. You get a 5-way selector because you have 2 humbuckers in one single coil. So you get full front humbucker, mid single coil only, mid single coil rear humbucker, and rear humbucker. There's some differences. So at rear humbucker, you get the rear humbucker single coil. Single coil only. Front humbucker plus middle single coil. And then front humbucker only. So, and now I'll take you through a more single coil favorite progression. So that was front humbucker only. Now it's front and middle single coil for. Middle, what is it? Middle single coil only. Rear and middle single coil. Yeah, rear humbucker, middle single coil. And rear humbucker only. Now, my personal favorite is obviously I'm a single coil guy. I'm a Stratocaster guy for life, but I would not buy. Hold on, let me turn the light on. This has been inconvenient for you, probably, especially since sunset's been getting faster these days. Yes. Let's see here. So it's I guess they call it a super strat body shape. I don't know. It's a body shape with a cutout for I guess a titty and a leg. Hand too, so you can get all the way down to the 24th fret. Although that's really more for completion's sake. I think the real reason you'd buy this is to get a good set of dual humbuckers for under $100. Which, naturally, I'm going to say my favorite position here is not W style. It's actually rear humbucker only. Because I have my Stratocaster. I mean, it sounded that well. It's actually outdoors, but I have my Stratocaster when I want to do single coil things. But if I want humbuckers, this isn't bad. And it works pretty good with overdrive, like that. Yeah, it's decent on that. I don't know. Yeah, I will say biggest cons. Okay. These things don't come very well lubricated. It's up to the oils in your hands to do that. I don't know if that's how it is for all new guitars generally, but that's how my Strat felt. That's how my Yamaha felt. This is unbranded. I have no clue where this is even from. I mean, China, but like, whatever. it's not lubricated. So the back here, when you're moving along, it feels not splintery, but not great. It feels kind of chafy, like when you freshly shave your pits and you just start running. Before you get the sweat accumulated to like lubricate, it feels like that. Kind of red, I'd say. Same with the strings, but less so if you don't bite your skin off. You know, I'm biased. I'll admit it. You might have heard it. This thing comes out of tune pretty often. So I don't think that's out of tune, but believe me, I've had to retune this thing between songs 3 separate times now, and I've played 4 songs. So it is what it is. I guess I shouldn't have expected much different. I think I might know the cause of why it comes out of tune so often, and for that, you're not going to see it from this angle. Not that I can tell. But if I put it on this angle, you might be able to notice that there is a whole fucking hump here. I did not cause that by doing this. Did not cause that. It came like that. A little concerning. Whatever factory in China made this, please do better. But for what it's worth, I mean, you know, $95. It could be worse, you know. And I mean, it gives you what you need to feel like, you know, kind of rockish. Gives you an overdrive. Gives you clean tone. Gives you a single coil if you're stupid, I guess, and you don't want to just buy a used Strat. Yeah, you know. It's got two sets of humbuckers, single coil. Probably quality control issues. I've never seen this before. I don't know if it's some proprietary Beijing corn design. If you get that, you're a legend. But it's there are limitations. It's an imperfect machine, but it's you paid for an imperfect machine. It sounds better with better amps. I'm using a Frontman 10G, which is pretty much the shitter amp of shitter amps. Look, let me put it this way: Frontman 10G Fender, you can get that. It sounds like shit. I don't even have the one that says Fender on it. I have the one that says Squire on it. That's what we're doing this on. So it hums like a motherfucker, and it's just so. If you plugged it into a good Fender amp or whoever, it would probably sound fine because that's how it is. People make all the rage about gear and stuff, but controversial opinion here for you. The only thing a good guitar matters for is, I think, tuning stability and maybe longevity. Truth be told, the playing of it, the sound of it, dude, it doesn't matter. I have a Squire mini Strat thing right back behind me, And if I plug it into a good Fender amp, it'll sound fine. It's a very simple machine, I'd say. Your tuners are standard as far as I can tell. Um, you have them up top, down bottom. Easy stuff, kind of like is on most acoustics. 24 frets. I don't know what company made this abhorrent design of how to tell where your frets are. Probably Gibson, because they're all stupid. But you do have, thankfully on the top here, some tiny little button markings like Fender does, you know, for a decent guitar, and not some hooligan machine. Which, I mean, this is a hooligan machine, but still. I'd like to believe you're doing it more than to just, you know, that'd be nice. For a little more of the... I'd trill like shit, dude. A little more of the jazzy stuff, that'd be nice. You know, a little less of the a little less of that, please. A little, you know, a little more of the... That'd be nice. So, yes, dude, I would hope you use this for a little more than hooliganing. But if you're going to hooligan, this is the machine for it. It's less than $100. It's got very light gauge strings, I believe. It's very easy to do bends. Yeah, it's I mean, that can be a benefit or a drawback if you don't like. for the unbranded Chinese warehouse made by a 4-year-old guitar, you get a C plus little from Zhonghao or whatever, China, who made this. You did okay. For the money, it's not a bad product. Now, if you actually enjoy playing the guitar, in that instance, I would recommend you just spend the extra $100, maybe $60, depending on which one you buy, for a decent Squire guitar. You can get a Bullet for like 160. I've heard that one's kind of shitty. My Squire Strats are fine. I dropped 230-ish on the Sonic Strat, Triple S, and I think that one's fine. I would prefer to play that one over this one, but I do think that if you have none other, and you just want the classic kind of punchy mid-grade sound of the humbucker, this would be not a bad one to get. If you want to experiment with 2 or 3 more frets than usual, or I guess 4 in some cases. I think this could be a pretty good one if that's your kind of thing you want to do. You want to experiment with it. So yeah, if you're just out to experiment, if you never played a guitar before, but you want the you know what sound you want. This could be a good addition to a very small collection. If you have money, you want humbuckers, please buy something real. But that's my conclusion. 7 out of 10 guitar, I'd say.